All right, all right. I think we are good to go. If you are joining us on YouTube, please let me know that you can hear me okay. We are attempting to simulcast both on Twitter Space and YouTube. So, welcome everybody. This is our 1 year anniversary celebration. Oh man, what a year it has been. And I can't even just, the fact that we're having this Twitter Space and celebrating today is just amazing. I mean, we started EMP knowing that we were going to get here, but to actually be here and to actually be one of the only DeFi protocols left standing after a horrendous bear market is just amazing. And a lot of that is due to all of you, again, our amazing community. We're going to get into all that today and give a little bit of a recap. LA, I'm going to have you read me those questions interview style that you sent. I think that's probably the best way to do this. Are you okay with that? Will that work?
For sure, yeah.
All right,
The
awesome.
For sure. So, um, we were gonna start out by talking about some of the things that led to our success and sustainability.
Perfect. So yeah, I mean, we started EMP with the best intentions, and again, sorry for any background noise. I'm here with the kiddos again today. But we started our project with the best intentions, like every DeFi project does, and I think a lot of DeFi projects. They don't understand the commitment and the level of expertise and resources that it takes to pull off a successful crypto project. And, I consider myself an expert, and even I underestimated that in the beginning. I know a lot of you that have been with us from the very beginning, you'll remember we had a massive wave of FUD. We had, team members come and go. We had an initial bank run that we were able to overcome. And all those things, all that adversity, all those trials and tribulations have really made us the successful project that we are. And I think that we had to go through those worst of times to be excited together in our best of times. And so I think that is a major reason of our success, and obviously that boils down to solidifying our community, our empresses and our emperors. I think that is really what it boils down to, and having that strong backing from a community, especially in a seigniorage project where when we do lose peg, people tend to panic, and we've done such an amazing job of sticking together as a community, educating one another. Again, our education a platform, the academy was instrumental in all that, but that has allowed us to get where we are, and we still have $6 million almost of liquidity in the EMP ETH LP, and yes, we're below peg, but we're putting things together to really come back from that, and not only come back from that, but actually sustain with a healthy peg from here on out. So there's a lot of amazing stuff that we've done over this year, and it's only the beginning. I mean, again, I think what the statistic is 95% of all startup companies fail in their first year, and I would venture to say that that number is way less in crypto, or way higher rather in crypto. And the fact that we are here 1 year later is just an amazing testament to EMP. And when the money does flow back into crypto, we are going to be at the top of the list of communities and projects that people say, man, these guys have proven themselves, and I'm interested to support it. So, yeah, I know it was a lot, LA. That was kind of a very high level overview. But
Yeah,
yeah, I'm happy to go into that farther, or I don't know if you want to. We're also running
I want to
some
add for sure.
giveaways. Yeah, and add to that. Go ahead. Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, well, first of all, I wish we could all be together in person today because I just feel like I wish that we could all present you some type of like big trophy or plaque or something because I feel like you need something to commemorate this day because
Yeah.
It's truly so special. Like, I woke up this morning feeling like, I mean, I haven't even it's not a 1 year mark for me quite yet, almost, but I mean, you must have woken up this morning and just felt like, holy crap, this is such an amazing
Totally.
milestone to
It
reach.
Yeah, it
And
has been, Elliot. It's a feather in my cap. And again, I just want to interrupt you real fast because by all means, it's not a me thing. I only got here because of all of you, and obviously, it does feel good to have gotten this far. But I want to make it perfectly clear that it is absolutely a group effort. And yes, I wish that we were all together where we could be celebrating in person, and we have a lot of plans for that this coming year with some in-person events. But yeah, absolutely. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but yeah,
no,
100%.
all good. And I just wanted to shed some light on a few of the things that I think have led to our success and sustainability, um, aside from kind of the obvious. Um, the Obviously you already started to touch on it, but our community is just hands down the most amazing people, not only in crypto, but I mean, I've met some of the most amazing people that I've ever met. Some of the emperors that and empresses that I've met here are some of my favorite people. And just the way that everyone goes to bat for each other and helps each other and just goes that extra mile, it's not only rare in crypto, it's rare in general in life. And so we've really created this super special, super rare space. And it has evolved. Our community and the people in it have evolved over the last year. It's not exactly the same as it was when it began, but it's evolved in the right direction. And on that note, we have an educated community because the core mission of EMP was to create better DeFi users, and being that EMP has always been education first with the creation of the EMP Academy and the overhaul of the EMP Academy. um, I think that has been a huge part of the success and sustainability of the project. Just the dedication to education and learning and helping each other learn, and being excited to learn, and not just aping in without knowing what's going on. And I think that's been a huge part of the success. I think another huge part of the success is that, AJ, you have the ability to you have this very unique ability to bring all of the right people together. You have a great ability of putting together great teams and great communities, and that's a true sign of a great leader. And as well as finding great partnerships and always innovating. And I think those are, when I reflected, I think those are all the key things that I think have been part of our success and sustainability.
No
And
doubt. No, that means
yeah,
the world, LA. Yeah, and again, I have a hard time, reflecting in that manner. Like I don't want it to be about, what I have done. I want it to be about what we have done. But absolutely. I mean, I think that having the connections that we've had, again, our developer Jake, he may make a guest appearance later on the AMA again with our 1 year and some other team members, maybe showing up as we go. But yeah, I mean, the fact that we, again, didn't do this as a fly-by-night project. We had all of our ducks in a row before we even began, and I knew that our success, and we're seeing it now. Like again, I think the new wave is, especially with all the rugs that have been happening. There needs to be a new standard of transparency and showing your face and really getting on and being available and proving to the community that you are here for the right reasons and that you do everything you can to succeed. Now, obviously, does that guarantee success? No, and that is the a bit of a scary thing. And no matter how hard you work or the amazing team that you put together, it is up to the community to run with it as well. And thank God, our emperors have, and that's what's gotten us where we are. But yeah, again, LA, I appreciate all your kind words. And yeah, I mean, we're only getting started. I mean, now, and a lot of you already know this from our other AMAs, but we've gotten to a point now at EMP where we have to scale. And, in terms of development, for sure, we have a ton of amazing stuff that we want to roll out. And, unfortunately, Jake, he's the GOAT, but he's only one guy, and there's only, a certain amount of hours in every day. And so we've brought on other contract developers. I've been extremely cautious in who we have brought on, and Jake is always there to, monitor any implementation that these devs do. But these guys are OGs. I mean, I'm so excited to actually grow our team now through again bringing on new developers that are working on top tier projects in the space. Again, if you knew the other projects these devs were working on, you would be really impressed. I don't know if I'm allowed to share. Maybe I'll have to ask them if I can say some other projects they've worked on. But I can promise you they're top tier projects in crypto, and that will allow us to do what we do best. And that's me and LA and Bull and the rest of the team. Conceptualizing different implementations on what makes EMP successful. And if we don't have a bottleneck in terms of development in both time and ability, the sky is the limit. And so that's what I really get excited about is what we're going to be able to accomplish in this next year and celebrating our 2 year anniversary when we have the final form released. I mean, the next few months are going to just be really instrumental in allowing EMP to really become, again, the end all be all of passive income with exposure to ETH and BNB. So yeah, absolutely, LA. Again, I'm excited. So I know, and you've been involved in a lot of those meetings. I know you also mentioned partnerships. Yeah, I'm a huge believer, and it's what really allowed me to have success in the real world through my art community and being involved with the art and entertainment industries here in South Florida is that I never looked at business as a competition. I always looked at business as a way to grow together, and I brought that same mentality to crypto. And all the partnerships that we've been putting together have that in mind. And the ones that are still here building and delivering are the projects that we all need to be getting behind and supporting. And again, I mean, could there still be some hiccups here and there? Absolutely. But the fact that we stick together and that the rising tide rises all ships is really the end goal. And we're still very careful. Like I would never get in a situation where a potential partnership would ruin the platform or be a major detriment. Where all the partnerships we do are a perfect balance of give and take, where both parties get something out of it, and that's bullish for EMP overall, because the more eyeballs, the more users, the more potential investors. I mean, all of that helps the protocol overall. So again, I'm excited for that as well. And I have a special announcement today of our next partner, and they'll be on the AMA tomorrow. But we'll make you stick around till the very end for that alpha. But I will announce our latest partner today as well. So, all right, go ahead, LA.
The master of the teas.
Yes, you know it. Yeah,
I have a question for you, and I don't know if you can answer it or not, but it's an interesting one. If you could think back to about a year ago, I don't know if you, at the beginning, would envision where you wanted to be at the 1 year mark, but would you say we're about where you wanted to be, or are we ahead of that, or are we where are we at with where you envisioned you wanted to be?
totally. Yeah. So this is a great question. So yeah, I would say, we within the first 4 months of our launch, we had an all-time high of about 50 million TVL, and that was again during the heart of the bull run. We had just started coming off the bull run, and the ecosystem was firing all cylinders. And I can unequivocally say that I never thought we would hit those numbers in our first year. I mean, obviously I hope for that, and we always, are hoping for the best, but planning for the worst. And that mentality really saved our ass in hindsight. And again, I mean, by being ultra conservative, by always building the treasury, by trying to deliver innovative products like Detonator that added a ton of lots of liquidity, all of those things helped us actually maintain through one of the worst bear markets that we'd ever seen. And, maybe I was a bit naive to that. Again, I think that when we're in a bull market, you get blinded by the success a little bit. And did I think that we were going to have this severe and this long of a bear market? No, I didn't. And, I was always optimistic of maintaining where we were, but we were prepared. And a great example of that is our eShare emission. So we purposely designed eShare to be 1/3 the total supply of most other tomb forks, and by doing that, we gave ourselves a safety net that was in place for this exact scenario where we do have to extend emissions, which we will be doing again. I have a little update on that as well. It'll be 5 days from now. So today is the 1 year anniversary, but because we had a genesis phase, the actual eShare emissions didn't go live until 5 days in. So we are still migrating to a new eShare token. We'll be giving more info on that. If you're already in Detonator, I'm sorry, Reactor, there's nothing you have to do. But if you're holding eShare Liquid, we'll have a whole process of how to do it. It'll be super simple. Again, nothing to get worried about. But my point is that we prepared for all this, and so by doing that, we were able to survive. And I think that again, that's a feather in our cap of where what we were able to accomplish over this year, and still being one of the only DeFi protocols to not only be alive, but to still, be competitive. Again, I think, the 1% a day craze really spoiled a lot of people. But we were able to, again, now we may not be the sexiest APR, but at least we're paying something, and we're still paying, multiple X's on what you would ever be able to get in traditional finance. And that is the whole point of DeFi, and why I and the rest of the team wanted to create something like this. So yes, to answer your question, LA, it's a bit of both. I think that we had much more success than I could have ever imagined. Within this first year, and even now being down, I think that we're way ahead of our roadmap, and final form coming together in this next few months. I think is gonna really put us in a whole nother league. As well, because people are going to not only see that we've survived, but now, there are some incredible gains that are had, and that we again are building for the future. So does that help? I don't know if you want me to go into more, but
For sure. It actually leads perfectly into the next question, and Bull's here too, so I'd love to hear from both of you. Um, what are some of your favorite milestones that we've accomplished over the past year? You mentioned reaching 50 million TVL, but what else comes to mind?
yeah, absolutely. So I'll go first, and then Bull, I'd love to hear from you as well. But I don't know. I keep going back to this one event. You guys might think I'm crazy, but every time I think about our community, I keep going back to Hot Llama, and the fact that we had an AMA with him, and he's literally on the operating table, or meeting with his physician, and said, hang on, I got a compound. Like, to me, that is just like the epitome of the dedication mission of our community. So that is one particular community-based event that I can't get out of my head every time I think about it. It cracks me up. But as far as like an
That
economic
and
achievement, oh yeah, sorry, go ahead, Ellie.
well, so much that we turned that scene into one of our NFTs.
Totally. No, 100%. And again, on the community aspect as well, you touched on this a little bit earlier, LA, but I know that, and again, I hope I don't get demonetized here, but we call some of our shining lights the big brain motherfuckers, and that to me is again an epitome of what we have been able to attract at EMP. I think that a lot of people, a lot of smart money sees what we're doing, sees the potential, understands the vision of where we're going, and to me, that is such a confidence booster in what we're doing by assembling some of the brightest minds of people I've ever met. And again, you touched on that a little bit earlier, LA, and saying some of your favorite people in the whole world are here in this project. And it is the whole world, literally. That's another thing. I mean, I've had a lot of success in real life, but that's been, in my community, and to have a platform that is global, it has just been so incredible. And Chris Farrell is here. I know he runs a private group. A lot of you have come from that, and another really amazing community event was when my daughter was born. His entire community sent me some videos, and just to see the reach that we have again around the world, and that we are trying to provide an amazing passive income platform with exposure to ETH, where even with everything going down, a lot of you have had major success in the protocol. That just it means the world, and it's vindication of why we set out to do what we do. And as far as the economic impact, again, to be what the number at one point the number 25 holder of all Ethereum on the BNB chain. I mean, that is a milestone that comes to mind that is incredible. Again, the TVL that we were able to reach at one point was incredible. There's just so many different factors, and really the deep liquidity. Again, I think having detonator and detonators as a service to be able to bring that proprietary code to life, especially after other previous projects. I mean, obviously we enhanced the code, but there was other previous detonator style contracts that didn't have success, and so the fact that we have been able to make it even better and deliver is again just another amazing accomplishment that we've had. So those are just a few things. I'm sure I'm forgetting some stuff, but I would love to hear what you and Bull answer to this question, and maybe even some people from the community. If you guys are here and want to raise your hand and share a quick story, we can do that too. So yeah, Bull, you there? LA, go ahead.
Yep, I'm here. How is everybody doing today? Good,
Good,
good.
good,
Can you hear
brother.
me?
Yeah, we're good.
Yep,
How
good, brother.
Excellent. Yeah. I'll be succinct, believe it or not. But the growth of people here, right? Like you touched on a lot of great things, but ultimately everything always comes down to people. And are people growing? Are they helping? How fast are they growing? Are they growing in the right way? And a lot of times I like to, talk in terms of like maybe analogies or plants. But, plants can grow all kinds of different ways and twisted and leggy, meaning they're not getting enough sun and their leaves can be small and all kinds of things. But, excuse me, by and large, I look at the growth of people here. I can speak for myself, but like, I know so many people here that have just came in, with the intention of, learning an ecosystem and, just discovered that they really had a passion for it and enthusiasm to like help one another and help grow. like the project, and and I don't say this in a selfish way, but help like themselves grow. And that's really, really important to, like the growth of any community, is that not necessarily that it's done selflessly, but you can do, both be selfish and selfless, like in the same act, right? And that you're doing it for yourself, but in doing it for yourself, like you're serving other people, right? And that actually is something, an underlying thing I think that helps drive the economic engine forward a bit, and a person's hunger to learn how things operate, both maybe on this mathematical level or creative level or like a personal level. And because there's so many things that go into it, tangible, intangible, and it's hard to really put your finger on why a project fails and another succeeds. And ultimately, just at the end of the day, it comes down to like people, and like the intent. And we can, somebody can build the most badass thing, but there's, if the right people aren't there at the right time, it won't work. And by and large, a lot of projects fail, primarily because of this. It's not the code, it's not the math, it's not anything, but it's a lack of communication and the growth of one another. And I often do talk about like this idea that that human element, or the human capital that people invest, um, is the unseen thing a lot in the value that gets expressed into the token, into the ecosystem. And ultimately, when it comes down to it, if people aren't growing, the ecosystem isn't growing. And sure, like you can see peg going down and those type of things, but ultimately, are we seeing people grow? Are we seeing people acting with like a good intent? Sure. And I'm not the person here to say bad actor and good actor. I'll speak a lot in terms of bad action, good action, but in terms of the ecosystem, because like I'm not a judge of somebody's life, but by and large, I think we've created, all of us, not just team members, not just people who are visible, but a lot of people, have created a really good environment for people to come in, and be their first project and feel really comfortable and be able to participate and maybe get out of their comfort zone. And ultimately, I think that's something that's, we talk about it a lot, but I think it's misunderstood in the world. I think it's misunderstood in the digital space, is that, how valuable, how acknowledged can people be, through participation and engagement, and often overlooked. And so I think it's why people tend to undervalue, like the value, no, uh, that's kind of a weird expression, I guess, but they tend to undervalue their worth, both, the physical and the digital world. But if we do a better job of creating an environment together, usually through better communication and really good intent, we do create that positive kind of flow that can really water, so to speak, that us as crops, and help us grow, and create a really fertile soil for more people to come on and drive the ecosystem forward through the growth of people.
Yeah, absolutely, Bill. Again, that was one thing that has always attracted me to your perspective. I know I've said this on many, many AMAs, and that's why I'm honored to have you and part of the team now. Your perspective is so aligned with what we set out to do. And again, I mean, Bull said it great. It's obviously we're all here to make gains, and that's why we get into crypto. But I also wanted to have a project where we could measure our success with each other, not necessarily just financially, and I think that's what we've been able to do, not only by making crypto friends, like Bull says all the time, there's a lot of value in that. There's a lot of value in education, and I want anybody that's been here at EMP to walk away, or obviously we want people to stay say. But if you do have to walk away, I want them to walk away saying, man, this was a crypto project that really did right by its community, did everything they could to deliver. And, you may have to walk away for personal reasons, or when we get into the next bull run, and we're all, millionaires again, maybe you take a step back. But my point is that, I think we can measure our success as a protocol not solely based on the economic impact, but also all the other, ancillary benefits of being here. And I can tell you, and again, I know we talk about it a lot, that had I had a community like this in crypto when I first started, it literally would have saved me hundreds of thousands of dollars, and I would have skipped the line, so to speak, of all that. And that sort of value, you can't measure. And so I hope that all of you take advantage of, all the amazing opportunities that we bring, both inside and outside of EMP and our ecosystem. And again, learn everything you possibly can while you're here, to become a better crypto user, and add financial freedom to your future. So, all right, awesome. LA, how about you? Is there anything in particular that you want to cover, as far as, yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, and I just wanted to kind of add along those lines, like, we make crypto fun. Like, we have so much fun every single day that we're on these calls together. We're always laughing and joking around. And I mean, even on our team calls, we're literally always joking that we should be recording and posting the calls because we're just
Totally. Yeah,
such goofballs
some,
and laughing all
yep,
the time.
some bonus footage, right, LA? Yeah, totally.
Yeah, I mean, it's never so serious, even though we're getting really important things done, and it gets to be fun and rewarding and important all at the same time, and I think that's just incredible. So, um, some of my favorite moments, one of them that stands out for sure is going to Vegas and going to Splinterfest and getting to meet people and tell them about EMP for the first time and watching their faces light up as they find out about the protocol and learn about it and hear all about it, and just like watching that light bulb actually go off in their heads as you explain to them how amazing it is. It was just so cool seeing it happen in person and getting, you know, to feel that energy as you just, have all this excitement to tell people about it. It was just an amazing event. And I'm really excited this year to do more in person events and get to meet more of the emperors. It was so awesome to meet a couple of people in the community there. And it's going to be incredible to do more of those in person events. So that definitely stands out in my mind. And um, I I feel like when I have the most fun, and when I've been really really super proud, have been during a lot of our NFT launches. Those kind of stick out in my mind as some of the things that I feel were milestones. I really that kind of come to mind right away. I always have a lot of fun when we do those week long AMAs, like 10 a day or 5 a day, that lead up to these amazing NFT mints. They just always feel, even though they're hectic, really, really super rewarding, especially when we reach our goals and everything. So I think our 3 successful NFT mints stand out in my mind as just not only that they were successful, but we just had so much fun going through the process of achieving that success. So the process of it stands out in my mind because it was really fun.
Yeah, totally. Well, easy for you to say, right, LA? When I was on all the AMAs, but no, absolutely, it was a group effort. And shout out to LA on those. I mean, literally, like I would not have been able to do that. And Bull as well, being my breather, where I could catch my breath while Bull filled in the gaps. But yeah, I mean, those are some of the highlights too. I didn't even mention those earlier. There's like so much stuff has happened that I think I have some short-term memory loss on all the amazing epic events. I mean, to go down in history, and that's something, nobody will be able to take away from us until maybe a larger raise. But to have the most successful independent mint on BNB Chain history, 1.5 million for our Sentinels. I mean, that again is amazing. And no matter what happens, that's something that nobody can take away. And we did that. We did that as a community. We did that as a team. And again, shout out to MDB in helping us accomplish that as well. And so yeah, I mean, and I think you said it perfect, LA. I think we put the fun into crypto. I know Bull says it all the time too. If we're not here enjoying the process, then maybe you need to kind of reevaluate your priorities or why you are here in the first place, because it needs to be fun, it needs to be enjoyable, and that's what keeps us driven and motivated, especially as a team. Like, I wake up every day trying to think of how we can continue to deliver and capitalize on all the innovative tech and contracts and game theory that we have already built, and then how we can even make that much better moving forward as well. So yeah, again, today's been extremely sentimental, but it's also a gut check of what we need to just continue to do moving forward. Now that we have gotten through the first year, I don't see it as a finish line. I see it as us just getting started. And we've had a year of a proof of concept, and now it's time to really move things into the next phase.
For sure, just one tick on the roadmap, right?
Yeah, 100%. Well, and again, for those of you that have gone through the academy, I mean, legitimately, we had a 10-year vision, and we still have that vision. I mean, again, that could be multiple bear and bull cycles um, over the next 10 years. And so, we're able to pivot. And even with Final Form, maybe we launch Final Form and we think to ourselves, man, we could really, go this direction and kill it that way. So, and that's the commitment that I can make again on this anniversary, is that we'll always be able to do everything in our power to, read the room, so to speak, or read the landscape of what crypto is and what is delivering for our participants and go that route to maximize that. So again, I can't guarantee new all-time highs, although I'm super bullish that we will be able to do that. But I can guarantee that we'll do everything in our power to continue to build and yeah, I know a lot of you are interested for what the final form will be called. So I said I was going to drop it today. So are we ready? Bull, are you there? I know you've been asking me again and again what code name is for the final form. So am I able to finally release that?
Yeah, go for it, bro.
Damn, I didn't even know that was happening today. I didn't know for sure.
Yep, no
Well,
doubt, LA. Well, here you go, everybody. So, the code name for Final Form that we've been working on is Fusion. So, EMP Fusion will be the next step. Again, no major fundamental changes of how the protocol is meant to operate. It just applies what we have learned. Again, removing some human error, the downside of the human element out of the equation, and we're working on a full white paper, like I said, that we will be releasing. But yeah, so we no longer have to say final form. We can say EMP Fusion. And again, EMP.Money as a site, that is still the brand. That's still what it will be. But this element is a new way of us monetizing the system that I think a lot of you are going to be really excited for. So there you have it, EMP Fusion.
Hell yeah.
Awesome. So yeah, all
So
right. Yeah, anybody?
yeah,
I don't know if
should
you
we
want to.
tell them about the
Oh,
giveaway?
yeah, tell them about that, and then if anybody wants to share, a story or wants to say anything, feel free to raise your hand as well. Again, this is our anniversary celebration, so let's not get too in the weeds of development. This is more of like a community based thing. We will be doing our AMA on YouTube and Telegram for that later today at normal time, 6:45. But yeah, if anybody wants to jump on and give some community-focused insight, we'd love to hear it. But yeah, go ahead, LA. Why don't you, while we let people raise their hands or get up the courage to come
Mhm.
on stage, yeah, go over the giveaways. We have a ton of giveaways that we put
For
together. So
sure.
yeah.
So we are doing a massive giveaway. We have actually 4 prizes up for grabs. I don't think we've ever done such a big giveaway where we're giving 4 prizes at the same time, but we wanted to do it up really big to celebrate all of you. And so up for grabs is one Power Up NFT. As you know, those are NFTs over on Ethereum network that has $1,000 value, or actually more than that now. What's the floor on those now, AJ?
Yep. Hey, sorry, Ellie, I was muted. So yeah, the last I saw, they were at like oh my God, I don't even with ETH going up. I think point 0.9 ETH. So whatever that works out to be, I think like $1,300. The
So
floor is super thin. I mean, people aren't selling them because rewards have been so good, and yeah, it's been crazy.
So that's the grand prize. We have, I mean, the second one's also a grand prize. AJ has never done this before, but he wanted to do this. A 30-minute private call with AJ, a breakthrough session to go over whatever you want to go through, whether it's kind of like coaching or whatever you want to go through on the call with
Yes,
him.
everything
30
is
minutes
on the
of just
table. Exactly, LA.
undivided
Yeah,
attention.
and I'm allowed in that private setting. I may or may not be able to give financial advice. So there you go. I may not be able to do it publicly, but if you win that, I'm more than happy to share all my insider tips. So for sure.
We have got one highly exclusive whitelist spot for an upcoming partner launch, which we're going to be announcing. I don't know whether you want to announce it tonight or tomorrow, but we're going to be announcing that very shortly. And we have only got about, I think, 20 spots that uh, we're filling for that. And uh, to win one of those is going to be just very, very highly exclusive. So that's a huge prize. And then we're also giving away one of our anniversary t shirts from our merch store, which is now open. So you're going to have 4 prizes up for grabs. And in order to enter, all you have to do is buy some fresh EMP. And there's 3 ways to enter. You can either buy a node of any size, or you can buy at least $60 worth of bonds or up EMP with your fresh EMP. And then there's a form that you'll submit to. I'll go ahead and post it into the chat of this Twitter space, and you'll just submit your username and the transaction ID so that we can make sure that you've qualified. And we'll be doing a random draw on Monday on our AMA. And there was a bonus entry for anyone who went to the post for today's Twitter space and liked, retweeted, and tagged 3 friends. And so if you went ahead and did that, as well as all the other stuff, then you would have received a bonus entry as well. And so, yeah, that's our giveaway. And so the entries are rolling in, but the odds are quite good considering there's 4 prizes. So make sure you get entered into that. So we've got a couple of requests.
For
Um,
sure. Well, and just to clarify too, LA, we'll be drawing the winner on Monday, correct? For those
yeah,
giveaways? Okay, yeah.
Yes.
Awesome. So yeah, again, another way of giving back to the community. Lots of prizes up for grabs, and maybe get a little momentum on EMP in the process. So, all right, yeah, you said we do have people that have raised their
Yep.
hands, or yeah, go
We have
ahead.
a couple, yep. And I'll just read out some comments before we do that. We've got Casey that says, EMP has been a game changer for me. Much love to AJ Bull LA and the entire team, and to the community as well. And the crypto degen says, I love EMP. Thought it was Stinky Beans for a second because it had Stinky Beans picture in it. Okay. Chris Farrell is number one who requested, so he is coming on first.
Amazing, Chris, are you there? I know it's late for him. I don't know. He may be. Oh, are you there, Chris? Can you unmute?
Yep.
How about now? Is this working?
Yes, brother.
Yep.
Yes, we can hear you great.
Oh, I love technology. Guys, it's so nice to speak with you. Happy anniversary, AJ. Happy anniversary, Bull. Happy anniversary, LA.
Thank you, brother. Yes, we're happy to celebrate with you, my friend, and major shout out to you. And again, I'm gonna say, I think this is public knowledge, but Chris, you are a day one emperor, correct? You were here literally on day one. Is that right?
That's absolutely correct. I remember exactly where I was. I was with family, well, obviously exactly a year ago, and I'd been, a very long story short, I've been doing a lot of work over the last couple of years, really wanting to understand decentralized finance. I was looking at a lot of protocols, and the brutal reality is I couldn't find any that I was just really kind of felt confident about. Certainly if I was going to, mention it to other people, which was never my intention when I started. I just wanted to really understand this space. But then I did my due diligence on you guys, and thought, okay, there's something here. I like the facts. I'm continually learning, as we all are, but I did see the power in something being pegged to the price of Ethereum, particularly with the growth of Ethereum. And so yeah, I got on board exactly. I remember it clearly. This time last year, about 2 o'clock in the morning, I thought, right, they've gone live. I'm going in. So yes, exactly a year ago.
I love it, brother. Well, and again, you've been instrumental in helping us onboard a lot of new users. I know, your original intention wasn't really to do that, but it blossomed into, something that we both benefit from. Again, you being able to educate, and then not only educate people about crypto, but about a protocol that is continuing to deliver, and that you don't have to worry about waking up tomorrow and seeing your balance go to zero. So yeah, and you again, bro, shout out to you. You've been absolutely incredible with all that. I know we talk often. I am happy to call you one of my dearest friends. And I mean, the prime example is literally last week you had an in-person seminar in London, I believe, with what, 70 people, something like that. So yeah.
Yes. Well, if I can just kind of pivot on your point here, I'm not trying to sound obviously, sycophantic to you guys, but there's so many things that I feel we're all truly blessed to discover EMP. The transparency, the access that we have to you guys, just things like this, the team, the openness. I think one of my biggest pluses is the feeling of support that any of us, and I include myself, can ask a question at any time without being shouted down or without somebody saying, read the docs. People are very, Ball talks about this a lot, are very keen to, the only silly question is the question that you don't ask. Even today I asked in the community about something I wasn't sure about. And I think for me, and I've spoken to quite a few people that have a similar take on this, we all join crypto, really, let's be perfectly transparent here, really to make financial gains. But after a while, something kind of funny happens, that we realize that we're actually becoming a slightly better person. And I remember Jim Rohn, who's one of my mentors, he once said, work harder on yourself than on your business. And I've always kind of taken that to kind of top of mind through continually learning, growing and evolving and educating ourselves. And the people here in this community, I know the word community is mentioned often. Firstly, it's so rare in DeFi. I've met a ton of people that have become really good friends. And also, without wanting to just, reciprocate here, AJ, if I can just say that you personally, your story, your attitude, your mindset, how you have pushed through, so much adversity, both personally and professionally. I did a lot of research on you. I don't even know if you know this before I came on board. I, checked a lot of stuff online about you because I really wanted to do my due diligence. And I find you personally extremely humbling and inspirational, and I'm thrilled that we've become good friends. And one of my goals is truly to help EMP grow, not just because I want it to succeed, but I want this to be an absolute flourishing success for you. So that's why I've started doing these, literally last Friday, to start doing first physical events in London here. So I'll wrap up by saying it's been an absolute thrill. And there's so many people on this call that I'm getting to know. I can see Stinky Beans here, and I think David's here, and a few others as well here. So I appreciate the opportunity to come on and say a quick few words, and happy anniversary, AJ. You got 2 babies now that you're looking after.
Yes, brother, no doubt. Oh man, Chris, thank you, my friend. And you're gonna get me choked up a little, bro. I know when your community sent me all those amazing congratulatory videos, it got me choked up as well. But yeah, bro, I mean the feeling is mutual. Again, I have had to deal with a lot of adversity in my life, but I bring that tenacity, to EMP. And again, I did a written post in all of our socials today. And one thing I put in that is a mantra of mine is that failure is not an option. So where failure is not an option, we're going to continue to build and drive and deliver whatever that might look like over the next year and 2 years and 4 years and 10 years, because I really think that we can get there together. And it's, the efforts of you, again, what do they say? Many hands make light work. And
Make light work.
yeah, totally. And Chris, you're a shining example of that, brother. I wish we had 10 more of you that were out there spreading the good word about EMP, about everything that we can accomplish in crypto overall. And again, you said it perfectly. How to work on ourselves, because and this is just me being a crypto enthusiast, let alone EMP at all for a minute. I think that those of you that are learning how to participate in DeFi and crypto right now, those are life-changing skills for the future. And I think that we all share in that value for sure.
Well, I've had so many conversations with people just about life. I mean, I often say this is a separate conversation, really. Everybody's going through something. Everybody on this call right now, we're all dealing with something. Everybody, whether it's financial or health or relationships or geographical, everybody's going through something. And I've had countless conversations with people that when they hear you communicate and hear your story, find you really like, okay, AJ's really, I don't even know if you know this, AJ, you're really impacting people that you've probably never even spoken to. So you're a light in this world. So continue to shine, my man, and I appreciate you allowing me on for a few minutes just to say a few words.
Amazing, Chris. Well, thank you, brother. Much love to you, my friend. And yes, here's to another year together and many more. So cheers, brother.
Thanks, AJ. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Paul. Thanks, LA. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, Chris.
Awesome stuff. Man, that is what it's all about. Again, and Chris touched on it a little bit too about, having an impact on people that, we may not even talk to on the AMAs. And that, is truly, something that I don't think about in the moment, but days like today where we can reflect a little bit on what we have accomplished in such a short amount of time really puts it in perspective. And again, I mean, I think that, I don't want to get too, what do they say, hippy dippy or kumbaya, but everything that we're saying, is absolutely on my mind a lot when we're continuing to try to make this platform everything that we want it to be. So, again, just like everything Chris said, that I share that sentiment with all of you. Every single person in our community now in Discord and Telegram, we're over 6,000 people strong, and those are not bots. Those are literally people. I mean, we make it a point to get rid of bots, where other crypto projects just want to have the largest numbers possible. And to be able to touch that many people through EMP is just unbelievable.
All right, now we have Steve who wants to come on. So if you want to just unmute yourself, Steve.
Is it Steve Orator or another Steve?
It is.
All right.
Just says,
Yeah.
there we go.
You there, brother?
You there,
Can hear us?
brother? Can you hear us?
Oh,
Oh,
I don't
I don't
hear him.
I don't hear him. I hear me.
Steve, your mic to speak.
All right, you may have
All
to
right,
come
you
back.
may
Oh,
come back. Oh,
I can't hear me.
I can't hear me.
You may have to leave and
You
come
may-
back, Steve. I don't know. LA, are you hearing
Okay.
him? Or maybe, is it me?
I
Is it just me?
just had to remove him temporarily because it was echoey. So.
All right, yeah, that's what I was getting to. All right, Steve, come back, brother. Yes, again, one of our another instrumental community members in Splinterlands. Again, LA mentioned her, one of her favorite memories. And you met Steve while you were out there, right, LA?
I did, yeah, for sure. It was awesome.
Cool.
So is there anyone else who wants to come on and share a story, a milestone, an achievement, a memory? We've got a lot of familiar faces in the audience here, so I'd love to have you come on.
Yeah, and if anybody doesn't want to get on voice, we can read some comments on YouTube, and if you want to tweet at us, LA can relay the message. So, all right, we'll give you guys a few more minutes. Again, just raise your hand if you want to chime in. But I can give a little more alpha in the meantime. So I mentioned partnerships. LA mentioned some other things, partnerships as well. We have like 3 major partnerships in the next 2 weeks. One of them I'm happy to announce today. The other one that will be the whitelist opportunity is another project. I'm hoping that we're able to announce that tomorrow or the next day. And we'll have our own AMA tonight with Magic. Again, our normally scheduled AMA over on YouTube. We're simulcasting the Twitter space on YouTube right now, but I'll shut this down when we're done, and I'll start up again for our regularly scheduled AMA. But we'll have Magic. Owen from Magic World, they will be on for an update about their game and a timeline of when those NFTs that everybody can get will actually no longer be available. So if you haven't gotten one of those, you'll need to pay attention to that update. But I'm happy to announce our next partner, and I'm really excited about this. So this is a partnership that we have been working on for a while behind the scenes. Speaking of, seigniorage protocols that have done some really innovative things to not only be a tomb fork, but an entire dinner plate. This is a protocol that I've had on my radar for a while now. I've loved what they have done. And we were just trying to figure out a way that we can partner that would be beneficial to both communities and actually provide value. And I think that we've come up with that. So I'm happy to announce that our newest partner is Dex Finance. So a lot of you may remember them. They have a very innovative way on how they withhold their share token, where the only way to get emissions is through their swap. So this has made them very sustainable. They're one of, again, the only senior protocols to have never have lost peg, which again is a testament to them. And they do it in a very unique way by having a lot more control. And so we are now partners with them on their new DEX vaults. So this is a very unique new auto compounder, similar to the Magic Vaults that a lot of you may be used to, but actually adds another element of rebalancing. So not only is it similar to, say, again, a Magic Vault or a Beefy, but it also has an element of the balancer protocol where whatever assets you have in the pools, essentially rebalance themselves to maintain the ratio, and by doing so, it provides buying pressure on whatever asset is down the most. So this is an amazing way to add more buying pressure on EMP. Literally without having to bring in new capital. So we're gonna have an AMA with them tomorrow on our again our regularly scheduled AMA, and I'll walk everybody through how to get involved. But if you have LP in the farm on our site or LP in one of the other auto compounders, you may want to consider moving some of the LP over to the new Dex Vault. So, and they have a way of taking profit into an ETF. So, we also have a partner ETF pool on their platform, and all of these things will help us again add more buying pressure on EMP without having to bring in new capital at all. So obviously, if you want to load up on more LPs, that would be up to you. But again, if you already have a position, this is a great way to maximize your returns and help EMP in the process. So, Bull, I don't know if you're on, but you've been part of those team meetings with them. You want to comment on that real fast? I know both of us were really impressed with the modularity of their system. But yeah, go ahead, Bull.
Yeah, and we had a lot of conversations. At least I did with Jake, a developer over there, and I think it's really impressive because I I know a lot of people say we get into crypto to make money, but I think it's actually deeper than that. It's to have choice, right? To the choice to change your life in some fashion. And I think, well, like I truly believe like the product they're offering offers that very concept on a really like mechanical level that gives you a lot of choice to, kind of unleash potential. And I think a lot of people are going to be really amazed at the creativity of both the product and what people do with it. And that being said, I'm really excited to see people jump in and get start commenting on it because I've noticed like something like going on in the space. Like obviously with the collapse of FTX and a lot of the centralized players, and I think people are sort of waking up to the notion that they're here that people create value. It's not these big companies, it's people. And that's what crypto is all about. And having the tools and those options to be able to create value that you see, not that somebody else sees, but what you see. And the tools, the product that they built over there is really unlocks that.
Yes, absolutely, Bull. Sorry, I was muted again. Yeah, no doubt. And again, I mean that's what excites me. Among many other things that we talked about over this entire Twitter space. But what excites me is other protocols building innovative tech that we can then work together on to again have the tide rise all ships. And it's been I was always impressed by their team. We just never really had an opportunity to work together outside of just pure marketing. And a lot of our community overlaps anyway. I know a lot of people in EMP are in Dex and vice versa. So, but when they spent a ton of time, and we'll go over all this tomorrow in depth, but they spent like 3 months building these auto balancer farms, getting them audited. They spent like 100 grand getting them audited by Certic. I mean, they've done it right. And again, we say it all the time. You invest in teams, not necessarily the economics. And so, that's why I was super excited to bring this together with them. And again, I mean, if you have LP, you can simply put it in these sponsored pools, and it will automatically add buying pressure on EMP. That's another beautiful part of having these auto compounders, because it takes your reward emissions and automatically sells it to add to your LP positions, which is fresh capital buying EMP literally every second of every day. And the more TVL we have over there, and Magic too, same sort of setup. Shout out to Magic and their auto vault. This is just another option for people, and that buys or that adds additional buy pressure again every single minute of every single day on EMP. And so we're going to continue to roll out other use cases, other mechanisms to be able to again get that slow peg recovery. And it'll be just like with the market that we saw these last 3 days. Everybody says, man, the market turned around, everything's looking good. It's hard to call the bottom. It'll be the same thing with peg. It'll be a slow and steady uptrend where one day people go, holy shit, we're almost back at peg again. Like it'll happen in a very methodical way. And those of you that are accumulating EMP now will be able to experience all the upside potential when we do get back to peg. So again, not financial advice, but just some insight for all of you listening. So all right, awesome. So yeah, right on, LA. Is Steve back or anybody else? And
Yeah.
we're gonna wrap it up after that. Yeah.
Yeah, we have about 4 people lined up. So Steve was
amazing.
first.
Okay.
Yeah, can you hear me now okay?
Yes, Steve, how are you, brother?
Pretty good. Sorry, I had the wrong headset on. Congratulations on reaching a year. I know I haven't been here the whole time. Might be able to tell by my Rooney. I'm a Splinterlands OG. AJ was one of those as well. I got into his project when they built a partnership with them. And it's been pretty amazing to enter this community, because one of the reasons I love that project was because it has a good community. But I mean, I've had members of your community go on calls with me for like 2 hours explaining things, making sure I understand things, correcting me when I had things wrong. And one of my best stories was like shortly after you launched the Splinterlands pool, as your dedicated detonator as a service thing. I got in early because of all the stories I heard on the AMAs of the guys who got in early and the guys who won the lottery. And I was talking to one of your guys, and all of a sudden I watched my balance like just grow insanely because I won the lottery in that new service. And then a few days later, I won it again. And it was like,
amazing.
Wow.
Yeah. Right on, Steve. Oh, I love it, brother. Yes, and real fast, not to interrupt you, I would love to hear more from you. But yes, I agree. I mean, I took a lot of inspiration from Matt and Aggie and all the core developers over on Splinterlands. And that was something that I think was so undervalued at the time. They were the OGs in prioritizing a community over anything else, and that has really led to their success. And I absolutely took a page out of their book in building this community. So yeah, brother, that means a lot that you realize that for sure.
Yeah, and I didn't have a whole lot to say, just congratulations again. Anybody who's new, these guys are just a great person to talk to if you don't understand any part of the protocol, because they'll help guide you through it. And once you understand it, you kind of can see the long-term vision that it really has.
Awesome.
And just a huge shout out to you for all the amazing videos that you've done, and how much you've paid that forward to help educate other people as well.
Yeah, I'm glad I've made all those Splinterlands videos, but the partnership you guys have is so amazing, because I've been able to buy so many Splinterlands assets without ever selling one EMP token. Instead, I constantly buy them.
Yeah. Yes, bullish. And for those of you that aren't familiar with what Steve is saying, definitely go watch one of his videos. He has an amazing strategy that literally not only provides buying pressure on EMP, but also allows him to accumulate Splinterlands assets. And yeah, again, LA is 100% right. Steve, thank you for everything you've done in the Academy. Again, we have a subsection now in our EMP Academy that is Splinterlands focused. again, I know a lot of you may not be into, online gaming, but because of their rental mechanisms, you really can earn through the protocol without ever having to be a gamer, so to speak. And they really turn into, little rental properties that are producing income for you every day. As you continue to build, in what we hope is another price appreciating asset. So yeah, and I know that you mentioned your Rooney, Steve. I know we will be doing a Rooney giveaway. I know I said that weeks ago when we launched the Splinterlands Academy. Part of our academy. If you guys take that course, we will be doing a Rooney giveaway, which again is their version of their profile picture NFTs that you can actually use in the game. And I actually just picked up a gold foil Rooney that I'm super excited to have. So I won't be giving that one away, but we will be giving away a regular foil, which they're about $300 now, right? Steve, the floor price has been holding up pretty well. So
Yeah, nobody seems to be letting them go cheap. They're not going down. It's a powerful card within the game. And in quarter two, they're adding more utility to the NFT. So I expect to see it go up.
perfect, awesome, brother. Well, again, and you'll be able to hear Steve's voice in all those videos. And what's your YouTube? Again, shameless plug. Steve, go ahead. Yeah.
It's just SteveR82. You can find me on YouTube under that channel. And I have mostly videos about Splinterlands, other play to earn games, and then how EMP's partnership with them allows you to pretty much just print infinite Splinterland assets. So
I
it's pretty
love it.
cool.
Awesome, brother. Well, thanks again for joining us, and happy anniversary, brother. We'll have a whole nother year of EMP and Splinterlands together for sure.
Yep. Thanks.
All right, awesome, bro.
Uh,
So yeah. All right, who's up next, LA? Go ahead.
I may butcher this name, but ephemerons, you're up next.
Yeah, you nailed it. LA, can you hear me? Can you hear me, guys?
Okay, sweet.
Awesome. No, it's one of those weird crypto names I picked way back in the day when I got into crypto, so you nailed it. Um, no, this is, first time I've actually come on to any sort of community thing in all of crypto, to really kind of just share my perspective, and I'm going to be brief as possible, not get too philosophical, but shout out, congratulations to the team. It's been a great year. I got back into EMP, or not back into, I got into EMP back in probably, gosh, it was probably March or April last year. And, just three quick bullet points of my perspective. I'm a bit of a leadership geek, and my poor kids have to listen to it all the time, but I'm constantly looking for those kind of characteristics in leadership. And three of them that stand out to me and kind of were resonated on this call is, courage, curiosity, and integrity, right? And so if you ask my kids what those mean, they can tell you. They're young, but they can still tell you. And just, the courage of the team to kind of push through this bear market, continue to educate, right? And not just go the easy route, right? I think that's something that I've seen within the EMP team, but also the community, right? Educate on something that's better than what's currently out there. That takes courage. So kudos to you guys on that. Curiosity, I think Steve, your portion of the conversation here, I have been so excited actually to parlay my EMP into other things like Splinterlands. And Steve, your videos have been awesome, man. So thank you for those. It's that curiosity, is right. It's always looking for that next partnership to bolster the community, and I think it's what sets the EMP projects apart. And then integrity. I just huge shout out to AJ, Jake, the developer side of this entire equation for doing what you say you would do, right? You guys set a deadline, you set a commitment, and you meet it, and that is unique in the crypto space. So all those three things kind of pulling together, and you get exactly why we're having this awesome celebration. So hats off to you all. Happy to be a part of the team, or excuse me, the community, and just this great project. Looking forward to 2023.
Wow, right on, brother. Again, another amazing, I hate to even say testimonial because that sounds so corporate. But no, I love that, again, you brought up some amazing points, and the fact that you, again, see that is gives me the warm and fuzzies, as LA said earlier. So yeah, and yeah, brother. I mean, even if you don't come on to AMAs, or maybe you're listening to this and you've never said anything publicly, like the fact that I know a lot of you have those same feelings, really helps us continue to want to deliver and drive the passion that we have for the project. So yeah, thanks, brother. That means a lot. And yeah, we will again continue to do all that. It's funny that you would it's the one of the bullet points is the punctuality, and you would think as any business that would be a no-brainer, but it's really sad that a lot of these crypto projects don't respect people's time and don't deliver on what they say they're going to deliver. And I mean, obviously, code is hard. We've had a hiccup of our own by delaying some of the rewards by a week of what we said, but literally every other launch or development or NFT or protocol addition, we set a date, we work towards that date, and we accomplish what we say we're going to accomplish on that date. And I think that's a new standard that a lot of crypto projects need to be measured on, because there is no excuse for delay after delay after delay, or rug after rug after rug. There has to be some accountability. So again, I really appreciate you coming on. Again, you made your first appearance, and an impactful one. So thanks, brother. Really, really appreciate the kind words.
You bet. Thank you.
Yeah, amazing share. Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, you bet.
Next up, we have Mr. Kirk.
Hello.
There he is. What's up, Kirk? Speaking of our academy and everything that you and Steve Orator worked on, yeah, brother, happy to have you.
Oh, happy to be here. Is this okay hearing wise? I had to jump on my phone. For some reason, my desktop version of Twitter wouldn't let me talk.
Yeah, you're
is this
good.
okay?
Yeah, brother, you're golden.
Okay. Okay, cool. Well, yeah, man, happy anniversary. And I couldn't imagine not at least jumping in and saying, hey, and it's been quite a year, just like with LA, it's not quite a year for me. I'm about a month away from a year because I think it was 1 month. My year anniversary is the launch of Detonator. But it's been, we'll call it a year. It's been quite a year. And, I just wanted to say that, echo what everybody else has been saying, which is, it's been an amazing experience to get to know you personally, and Bull and LA and the people who, work at this project day in and day out. Most of which these people weren't even official team members until very recently, and just doing it for the love of the project and for their for their own personal gain, and that's great. And it's been I really lucked out when I found this community, and I've been able through you being willing to let me really have grown a lot, to the point now, obviously, where I've got the academy, and that's been a real nice little niche for me to take the personal skill set that I have and make it work for the community. And so I hope that everybody is getting a lot out of it. It seems that way. And I'm just looking forward to seeing what happens this upcoming year with the project. And I couldn't be more excited about it. I just feel like it's a monster waiting to explode. Can't help the overall market conditions, but when those improve, and they will, I just think it's coiled up and ready to go.
Amazing. Yes, Kirk. No doubt, brother. And again, I know you as well as all the team and all the big brains have put countless hours into all the content in the academy, and we pride ourselves on that. I mean, we literally were one of the first, if not the first, to do an actual academy around our protocol. And shout out to Crypto Mike. He did the original version. Stephanie,
Absolutely.
another member. I think I saw her in here a little earlier. But and then you ran with it after that. I mean, the version 2, when we updated our UI, you really put it in a much more organized manner, and that's really had a lot to do with our success as well. I mean, again, having an educated participant in our ecosystem is hands down way more powerful than somebody that just apes in or doesn't know the mechanics at play. Not only from a protocol perspective, but also from an individual perspective. Meaning, the following the steps of the academy, you're able to earn way more in the protocol than if you were just coming into things blind. So again,
Absolutely.
yeah, appreciate all your hard work, brother. And again, a little birdie told me you may be working on a project of your own, maybe in the next few months, huh?
Uh, yeah, I certainly, I don't want to come to the wedding reception in a white dress. So
Yes, for
I,
sure, brother.
um,
Yeah,
but also before I say just a little thing on that, I know LA was asking for favorite memory stories, and
for sure.
my one is small, but it was just a great one that I always think of, which was when I was putting together the fabulous Wheel of Fortune for you to use to do drawings and stuff like that. And you and I were talking, privately, and you were asking me if we could have a sound, like a carnival sound that went along with the wheel when it spun.
Yes, totally.
And I was actually in Portugal when this was going on. I wasn't even home in the States. But so I'm in this Airbnb in Portugal, and I'm searching the internet for a carnival sound that I can put in to this page, and I found this one that is in there now. And I was laughing so hard listening to it and knowing that you were going to just like love it. And it was just really fun for me because I was just like cracking up laughing.
Yes,
Um,
and I do love it. Oh my God, every time we did that, we got to get back to the daily draws. That's been on our internal checklist. We will be doing those daily draws, and yeah, bro, like every time we play that, like I have the biggest smile on my face. It cracks me up as well every time. So, and that goes back to
Hilarious.
our point earlier. We're putting the fun back in crypto. So yeah, totally, Kirk.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and then real quick, I'll wrap up since you gave me the lead in. I'll do the shameless
Yeah,
plug.
for sure.
Yeah, the last month of my life, I haven't been quite around as much as I normally am because I have gotten myself involved in doing my own crypto project, and I am in the middle of getting it started, getting it ramped up. It's about a month away from launch, but the amazing thing to me is there's absolutely an EMP based element in this project. And this protocol is going to be putting money back into EMP in the project that got me into this to begin with. We're just getting started, but we've got almost 600 members in our Telegram chat in 2 days, and it's really been a lot of fun. And I think I'm sort of a bull poster boy, I guess, because I've made a lot of crypto friends, and this is coming together, and I'm really excited about it. And I'm really mostly very excited about the fact that there's an EMP angle to it. And I'm not suggesting to anybody that we're going to be a partner with EMP. It doesn't matter whether or not there's a partnership involved. It's simply I love the EMP protocol, and I'm going to show people through this protocol how to make money with EMP. So, I'm very excited about it.
I love it, Kirk. No, absolutely, brother. I know that's definitely not the end of our discussion. Again, I know you guys are still in the building phase, and we always give platform, especially with somebody that has the best interest of EMP in mind, and that's what I'm excited for as well. We didn't really even talk about this, but I'll wrap it up with your point here is. I'm excited for protocols that build with EMP in mind. And again, we've seen a few of them already. I get DMs daily about people that want to be involved in our ecosystem. And if there's a protocol that again, obviously, no scammers and no rugs, and I don't think Kirk is going to be doing any of that. But the point is
No,
that
sir.
supporting EMP in the process is majorly bullish. So yeah, I'll have you. You can post the link. I'd rather you post the link so that we don't get scammers trying to DM people. But yeah, if you post the link in our Telegram, if any of you listening go over to Telegram, you can join Kirk's, and we'll have a lot more follow up on that too. I know again you guys are still in the development phase, but we're excited for that,
Yeah.
man. Congrats, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks, man. And I really, really, again, I wouldn't be doing this if it wasn't for you. So, I hope to make you proud as the student becomes the master.
Yeah, bro, absolutely, Kirk. Well, again, man, be careful what you wish for. You'll be texting me saying, "What did I get myself into?" Right? Oh my gosh. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, no, I'm even getting a taste of that already.
yeah. No doubt,
All
brother.
right, man.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot.
All right, you got
Well,
it.
Kirk, just a huge shout out for all the hard work you did on the academy. It truly did make such a big difference with our community and how educated everyone is, and the new academy truly is just. Oh, sorry, my dog's squeaking, but
Yeah, well,
we
thanks,
love
Ole. And
that.
I'm not going anywhere. I'm still going to be massively involved with EMP and with the academy. So I
For
appreciate you
sure.
saying that.
No, but recognition. I'm big on acknowledging, and today is a day when we want everyone to be acknowledged. So I just wanted to say that that took a lot of hard work, and it made a big difference. So I just wanted you to know that that you're valued. So yeah,
Amazing. Thank you.
thanks for coming on.
Awesome. Absolutely. And a point to that too, LA. If we could be here for 4 more hours acknowledging everybody, and I really don't want, any of you that weren't mentioned by name or didn't have the opportunity to come on and speak. Just know that, we are literally in the chat. We're in all of our socials. We're in all the chat rooms on a daily basis, and we know that a lot of you put in a ton of effort on behalf of EMP, and none of that goes unnoticed. So I just want to make it perfectly clear that we appreciate all of you. And even if you weren't mentioned by name, that it takes a village and a community to get projects to the level that EMP is now at, and that is 100% in due with the help of all of you. Again, helping to promote your own bags for sure. So, all right, awesome. Ella, how many more do we have? I
For
know
sure.
we got to wrap it up a little bit here so we can do our
We have
own
one more.
AMA. All right, awesome, perfect.
You're up.
Hi, can you
Yep. Hello.
hear me? So AJ, LA, and Bull, I just wanted to say first off, congrats on the 1 year anniversary. It's a huge deal. So big ups to the whole EMP team. And
Thanks.
yeah, secondly, very bullish on the alpha that was just shared with you guys partnering up with the Dex Finance Vaults. I think that's very cool to hear. And it got me thinking. Wanted to jump on. Have a quick question in regards to the eShare version 2 that you will be extending emissions. Have you guys thought about migrating or tying up the migration to a new boardroom similar to what they're doing, where they control the peg emissions and they only sell enough to bring it down close to peg? So that the protocol controls a little more, and then, you could supplement with whatever revenues from the protocol, but helping maintain peg.
I love it, man. Bro, I swear, this is a perfect ending to our 1 year anniversary AMA, and the short answer is yes. And I think that will be a little bit more apparent in the final form. again, the ultimate goal is to give eShare a ton of value, and if we can kind of control the inflation, even though we are extending emissions over the next year, the idea is that the total supply and the actual utility outweighs a ton of that. And it will be a way for us to again support PEG, exactly how you said. So again, you're ahead of the game, bro. Again, you sound like you are very familiar with the way seigniorage models operate, and we've absolutely taken into account the success that Dex has had, and we will be implementing something similar of our own. Again, not to copy, but to increase sustainability. And we have some proprietary things, even more so built on top. But absolutely, bro, that is totally part of what we're calling EMP Fusion. And yeah, man, we mad respect to that team. And they're going to be instrumental in a lot of things that we have moving forward for sure.
Awesome. I think that's brilliant. Thank you for having me on, and I'm really happy you guys are doing the Twitter Spaces. I'm never able to join the Telegram AMAs that you guys were doing daily, so this is a cool chance for some other people in the community to be able to come on, speak with you directly, say hi to LA and Bull and the whole team.
Absolutely, bro. No, that's another great point of feedback. And yeah, we will be in year 2 now. We will be doing much more Twitter Spaces and a lot more, outreach events outside of Telegram and YouTube for sure.
Good stuff. Thank you, guys.
Awesome. All right, well, there you go. That was a great ending, LA. Man, we got major alpha at the end, bringing the heat for sure. So, and again, I mean, we're working on the white paper now that is a little bit more manageable. The working document we've been going back and forth was over 40 pages. So, we're going to be releasing something, again, not getting rid of any info, but just something that's a little more manageable, and we should be able to release that, over the next few weeks. But all right, awesome. Then on that note, I think was there anything else, LA, or we gotta wrap it up? But
yeah. So for those of you who do join us on our regular AMAs, our new schedule for 2023 is Mondays and Thursdays at 6:45 Eastern. However, this week we have a little bit of a special schedule. So both tonight and tomorrow night we're doing AMAs. One in about 10 minutes from now, and one at 6:45 Eastern tomorrow. And both nights we have special guests, so you'll definitely want to attend. Just a reminder that we have the giveaway going on. I did post the link in the comments, and it's also pinned in all of our groups. And our brand new EMP merch store is now open with a very special 1-year anniversary t-shirt and hoodie. And we have a brand new Medium article out today as well, where a lot of the emperors shared some stories and milestones and achievements and stuff. And we also went over a lot of the protocols, milestones. So that's definitely something to check out as well.
amazing recap, LA. Yes, and again, LA puts a ton of effort into the Medium articles, so please go watch that or read that rather, and give it some claps. There's a ton of awesome bullet points of what we have accomplished as a protocol over the last year, and it was a lot of fun coming up with all the things. There's so much that LA and I and Bull and everybody, we've been trying to make sure we didn't forget anything, and it's pretty amazing how much that we have accomplished in such a short amount of time. And it's something that we make fun of a lot in our other AMAs, where we're all these other crypto projects are working on corporate time, where they take weekends off and they take a few days to respond to emails. We don't know what that's like, right, LA? Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot one more thing, by the way. We actually have another Medium article coming out early tomorrow morning, and it is a special circumstance. It is a huge announcement that we've actually been meaning to make for months now. but we had to wait for a specific reason. But it's finally going to be announced, and it's going to be Twitter post, Medium article, and it's going to be quite a big announcement. So you'll definitely want to keep an eye out for that. It's going to be going down tomorrow morning, bright and early. So.
Yes, great point. And those of you that join us on our YouTube AMA next, I'll give a little bit of alpha on what that is. But yeah, it's been an announcement we've been waiting to do for a while, for sure, with a top tier project. So all right, awesome. All right, everybody. On that note, we're gonna wrap it up. We'll see you all over on YouTube again. EMP.Money on YouTube. We run our own YouTube channel that is monetized. So and that's where a lot of all of our AMAs are recorded. So if you want to learn more about the protocol or join us on Mondays and Thursdays, you can join in live on YouTube. And every view helps us monetize our channel, which is then used as a revenue stream for EMP. So definitely go give us a like, a comment, and a subscribe. And please, again, help us promote our Twitter as well. So, all right, thanks everybody. A happy anniversary, and we'll see you all much sooner than a year from now. But I can't wait to celebrate our 2-year anniversary next. But yeah, we'll be doing more of these Twitter Spaces for sure. So, all right, we'll see you
Thanks.
soon.
See you at the other AMA. Bye.
All right, bye bye.